1994. Turkish hillside. A shepherd notices stones sticking out of the ground. Not unusual. Turkey is covered in ancient ruins. But archaeologist Klaus Schmidt sees something the shepherd didn't. The stones aren't random. They're arranged, carved, deliberately placed, positioned in massive circles. And then, the carbon dating comes back. 12,000 years old, 7,000 years before the pyramids, 6,000 before Stonehenge. But here's the problem. In 12,000 BCE, we weren't building anything. We were nomadic hunter-gatherers. No cities, no farming, no written language. We barely had tools. So who built this? And more importantly, how? I present to you Göbekli Tepe, Turkish for Potbelly Hill. It's a temple complex, 20 massive stone circles, each one built around pillars carved from limestone, some weighing 10 tons. No evidence of habitation, no houses, no trash heaps, no signs anyone lived there. Just worship. Now, you might look at these T-shaped pillars and think, okay, not that impressive compared to the pyramids. But here's the context. At this time, humans hadn't invented pottery yet. We hadn't domesticated a single animal. We hadn't built a single permanent house. We were using stone tools to hunt deer. And somehow, we carved 10-ton limestone pillars, transported them half a mile uphill, erected them in perfect circles, and covered them with intricate animal reliefs. That's like a toddler who can't tie their shoes, building a car. But here's what makes it impossible. Moving one of these pillars from the quarry required at least 500 people pulling together, for weeks. And in 12,000 BCE, we were nomads. We followed herds, we hunted, we gathered, we moved constantly. Building something like this? That takes organization. You can't organize 500 people for decades if everyone's wandering around looking for food. You need permanent settlements. You need food surplus. You need social hierarchy to organize labor. But we didn't have agriculture yet. We couldn't grow food. We couldn't store it. So how did hunter-gatherers, with no cities, no government, no writing, coordinate something that should have required civilization before civilization existed? That's the mystery. It doesn't fit. It's not supposed to exist. Here's what archaeologists think happened. For thousands of years, humans in this region gathered for seasonal ceremonies, hunting rituals, feasts, religious gatherings. They met at the same place, over and over, and eventually, they decided to make it permanent. They carved the pillars, built the circles, created a monument. But to do that, they needed food. Lots of it. To feed hundreds of workers for decades. So they started experimenting, planting wild grains, domesticating animals. Not because they wanted to farm, but because they needed to build. Here's why this changes everything. For a century, archaeologists believed civilization followed a clear path. Agriculture being invented, to food surplus, then permanent settlements, religion, and finally, cities. Göbekli Tepe flips that script. It says, religion came first. They built the monument first. Then they figured out agriculture to sustain it. In other words, belief was so powerful, it forced them to invent civilization. The need to gather, to worship, to create something sacred, that's what invented agriculture. That's what created cities. Not survival, meaning. Here's where it gets strange. The site was used for about 2,000 years. Ceremonies, rituals, gatherings, and then, around 10,000 BCE, they buried it, deliberately, filled in the circles with dirt and rubble, covered the whole thing. Why? We don't know. Some archaeologists think they abandoned it when they moved to permanent settlements. Others think it was a ritual burial. The temple's purpose fulfilled, so they sealed it away. Either way, it sat underground for 12,000 years. Waiting. Here's why Göbekli Tepe changes everything. Every history book says agriculture created civilization. Göbekli Tepe says religion created civilization. And if we got that wrong, what else did we miss? Because here's the thing. We've excavated less than 5% of Göbekli Tepe. The rest remains untouched. Too fragile, too risky, too expensive. What else is down there? And here's the unsettling part. If humans 12,000 years ago could organize hundreds of workers, coordinate massive construction projects, and carve intricate art, what else did they build that we've lost? How much knowledge disappeared? Every generation we think we've figured out the past. We write the textbooks, we draw the timelines, and every generation we find something that proves we were wrong. Göbekli Tepe isn't just an archaeological site, it's a warning. The past is deeper, stranger, and more capable than we ever imagined, and most of it is still buried. Archaeologists estimate there are millions of undiscovered ancient sites, buried beneath jungles, deserts, oceans. Every year, ground-penetrating radar reveals lost cities we didn't know existed. How many times did humans reach a certain level of sophistication, build something incredible, and then collapse? How many Göbekli Tepes are gone forever? Göbekli Tepe proves we've been underestimating our ancestors. Maybe the question isn't, how did they build this? Maybe the question is, what else did they build that we'll never find? The next time someone says ancient history, remember Göbekli Tepe. Remember that 12,000 years ago, humans built something so advanced we're still trying to understand how. Remember that everything we think we know about our past is based on the 1% we've managed to uncover. The rest is buried, forgotten, waiting. And maybe, just maybe, the past is far stranger than we're ready to believe. I'm exploring these reality-breaking mysteries every week. If this made you question what you thought you knew, hit subscribe. More ancient mysteries are linked on screen. This has been Mind Mechanic Studios, unlocking what you never knew you were missing.